fabulous and wonderful friend, Liz. She's the Chief Executive List Manager for Graham Inc. And she does direct response better than anyone. And I will let her talk a bit more about herself.
Hi, I'm Liz, and I'm married with two obnoxious teenagers. Good thing they're cute, and we have 3 dogs. And I like to work out, and I like beach runs, and I love running email. So that's why I'm here.
I love it. I honestly had so many people ask about, email, and I know to you everything comes so easy, and I chatted with you about email so many times, and you showed me the presentation before we went live today, but I know this stuff comes super easy to you, but to a lot of us, we're clueless. So I'm really excited to listen to this.
Well, good. I hope people can take real tidbits that they can go and apply as soon as they finish our talk today. That was my goal.
I love it. I'm excited.
I am too. I hope that it's useful for everybody.
That's awesome. Do you have slides? Do you want to share some slides with us?
Yeah. Let me share my screen here.
Your hair looks beautiful, by the way. I know everyone else is thinking it. I'm just going to say it.
Well, thank you. Where is the stupid share video?
All right.
I found it. It's bright green. Did that work?
I love it. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move to the present. So yeah, we're going to talk today about how we're going to make email make us money. So I feel like I try to focus today for affiliates specifically, which is a little different than my normal audience. Usually I'm talking to offer owners, but I feel like affiliates have this whole untapped world of email that not a lot of affiliates really dabble in. So it's kind of a wild west, and hopefully today we can shed some light. And like I said, give you some tips that you can take from me and Anna's chat and go apply it. So why email? So this is kind of the important thing. Why would you even want to do this? The biggest reason is you only have to get your leads one time. So just like you have to sell on, say, Facebook one time, getting a lead is a lot easier. You can get, in general, maybe 100 leads to one sale. So it's a lot cheaper, and you can get a lot more. And then the real benefit here is my second point, that you can sell to them over and over again. Whereas where you're doing just direct sales ads, it's one and done. You're giving them to the vendor and you never see them again. If you are actually capturing their email, you can now sell them every single offer that you are an affiliate for. And then the third biggest thing, and what I know is super frustrating for everyone, is that avoids the red tape of what you can and cannot say on Facebook or native ads. We know that Facebook changes their rules. It feels like week to week, and it's the struggle. So on email, there is not a lot of legality on what you can and cannot say. It's your opinion, what you write. So if that sounds good to you, how do you get started? In general, most people use a classic opt-in or a quiz funnel. We're going to study some of the greats here and take notes. So some of these examples I'm fixing to run through are from Svelte Media, which is Meredith Shirk, Transformation Insider, which is Joel Marion, Natural Health Sherpa, Jeff Radich, and iReally Marketing, which is Michael Geary. So these are most everyone in our space knows these names. These are theirs. What I'm not including here is the ads that connect this. So what do they use to get here, which is where you as the affiliate get a lot of creative bandwidth. So let's look at some opt-ins. This is Svelte Media, Meredith Shirks. This works like crazy. So it's very general language, 1-minute ad workout. Who wouldn't want that? There is no super non-compliant language here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one works really well. This is one of Transformation Insiders. This is Joel Marion. 14 worst breakfast foods. This is Natural Health Sherpa, Jeff Radich. This is a beginning of a quiz funnel. If quiz funnels are your thing, this has like, I don't know, 5 or 6 questions that it spits you out at the end to get your report. So it ends in an opt-in. If you want like a class on quiz funnels, which is what this is, Robbie Blanchard's Hero course that's like basically what that course, in my opinion, is all about, learning how to do quiz funnels. This is iRolly Marketing. It's the health watchdog site from Michael Geary. So Eat Your Way to Lean. It's a free report. So as the customer opted in, now what do you need to do as the affiliate? Your thank you page should start pitching. So in general, it's like, thank you, look for your email for your report or whatever it is that you promised them, and then start pitching them on your thank you page. You don't have to wait till the email. And in general, Facebook and native aren't going to the thank you page for compliance. So you can take it up a notch, but I wouldn't like overdo it. So now so they've opted in, you've got a thank you page. Where does the emails come from? So you're basically going to be shopping for an ESP. These cost money, but you're doing it smartly, right? Because you're not just planning to sell them this one thing, you're going to sell them over and over again. So some of my favorite ESPs here are SendLane, iContact, Entreport, and MarrowPost. Some charge by subscriber volume. So like 25,000 subscribers cost this many dollars a month. Some are by sending volume. So to send 25,000 emails in 1 month costs this many dollars. So there's pros and cons to both. In general, I would probably tell you to start out with one of the top 2 here, SendLane or iContact. The biggest takeaway here, though, is you have to make sure they allow affiliate marketing. There are a lot of ESPs that don't. I would say more don't than do, like MailChimp, big no. Some are kind of gray area. Aweber, ConvertKit are kind of in the gray area. So is ActiveCampaign. I would just steer clear of those because all it takes is one bad day and they're kicking you off, right? So really go out of your way to find an ESP that allows affiliate marketing. And all 4 here that I've given examples are very affiliate friendly. Legally, what do you have to have? That's my little last point on this. You must have a double opt-in. So they go to get your report. It's going to send them an email saying, hey, you chose to subscribe to John's Health Tips. Say yes here, and you have to say yes, and then it sends them the report. You can add verbiage there to say, like, to get your free report, you have to say yes or whatever. But for double opt-ins, it does protect you. There are some, like, great areas there where you can do a single opt-in. I just would not advise it. You're going to run into issues. The other 2 things is you need terms on your opt-in page. It's just like a little link at the bottom. And on your terms page, you need to say that you're going to be sending third-party offers. And then finally, all your emails have to have an unsubscribe link at the bottom. Once someone unsubscribes, you can't just keep adding them back. Just let them go on their way. It's going to cause you misery. And where you found that one, there's hundreds of thousands more. So and all of these ESPs will automatically generate the unsub links. So. All right, so your first 1 to 2 weeks, what do you have to have set up? This is what you need to set up before you even get going. You need to set up an autoresponder series. So these are like little robot sequences that once they subscribe, they deliver emails usually they're in a time. So it's 24 hours after opt-in, 48 hours after opt-in. So they're going to deliver methodically based on when the customer subscribes. So your very first autoresponder, you need to deliver their opt-in immediately. It's usually the free report. Your free report should go into a pitch. I should have grabbed some examples of these free reports. Usually they're like 20 pages or less. They'll talk about, so say you opted into a flat belly tea. So it'll talk about how you could make it at home, what are the ingredients, and then it's going to pitch, say, a done for you version of the tea and a 136 at the very end with your affiliate link. So the report should also have a pitch in it. So we're pitching wherever you can, you're pitching, but you don't want it to be like gross. Make sure that email number one also introduces yourself. I find that's really important and people leave that out. You want them to know, like, why are you emailing me? What are you about? Humor here is big. Like, be likable, be humorous. People love funny people. So if it's funny, it sticks out and people are more likely to stay in touch with you. All right, so your second message, usually I do this about 24 hours after the opt-in. This message is going to give value and it's going to set the tone of what's to come. So is this a health newsletter or these survival tips? There's lots of niches. I specialize in health in general, health and weight loss. So I'm going to be like, this is John's health tips. We're going to talk about, what to eat, what to drink, how to work out. And I'm going to give you some tips that in that exact message. And then I'm going to also give a little bit more background about myself. So maybe tell them like, I've been a personal trainer since 2012. Here's some before and afters, like that people love before and afters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So any of that kind of stuff so that they know that you're coming to them from a place of helpfulness and authority.
Right.
And then your third message generally is where you're going to start pitching in your emails. So there's two kind of camps here, and you can also alternate these. You can do all content, and then, so email 2 was basically content. So email 3 would be a pitch, or you can do some content with, it's just a short content and then a full pitch under that. So some camps do that, like little content with a pitch underneath every time. Some do like every other, so a content then a pitch the next day. So basically my suggestion would be to go every day, alternate pitch, content, or do a little content with a pitch every day. I like to see autoresponders for a minimum of 7 days up to 30. In general, my happy place is 10 to 14 days. And keep this data because you can make it better, right? So say I stick the varicose veins offer and it's got in there and it's doing okay. I'm going to move it down and then I'm going to move glucofix way up, or the truth about fungus way up because it's doing better. So as the pitches that you're pitching shine brighter, I'm going to move them around. They don't have to stay stagnant. You can change around your autoresponder series. So let's talk about what happens after those for that first 2 weeks. This is where they are coming off the autoresponder. You're broadcasting daily. So these are the people that are outside of the autoresponder. You're emailing them. When you're just starting, just do 1 email a day. It's plenty of work, trust me. But as your list grows, you can get to where you're doing 2 broadcasts a day. I would say like past 10,000 subscribers, it starts being worth your time, maybe even 5. What to send is part common sense and part art. And that's kind of like the art is what I do for a living. But the common sense part is this. What offers are trending? Anna and her team can tell you, like, try this offer. It's doing really good. People know, and talk to your other affiliate friends. And then secondarily, what's happening globally. Like there was a pandemic offer that did amazing right in March when the whole Corona thing was happening. That wouldn't have worked 2 months before that. So this also now like at-home workout offers are trending. Again, that wouldn't have flown so much like even last year. But now it's like really like everybody's wanting to know, how do I work out at home? So keep like the news in the back of your head. And then thirdly, what did your leads come in on? If they came in on, say, that flat belly tea, they're going to like other supplements. So like keep your eye out for other supplements. Also, what are their interests? So did they come in on weight loss? Did they come in on survival? Just like what does like someone who comes in on weight loss likes a whole different set of topics than someone who comes in on survival. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that those things can't overlap. Like there's like this like little slot taser thing and it works on weight loss lists, but I'm going at it from a self-defense perspective. So sometimes offers that you don't think are going to work do, but in general, stay on niche. So what to expect? We are growing our list. Typically your leads are good for 30 to 60 days. This is just kind of an industry standard. The more you mail them, the shorter they're good for. The less you mail them, the longer they're good for. So like 1 email a day is going to tend towards 60. 2 emails a day is going to tend toward 30, unless there's like some people. Emily Lark is an example of this. Her followers, I don't know, she's got that it factor. They stick around longer because they like her and they think they're her friend. I don't know how else to explain it. So if you can win that like trust, that it factor, they'll stick around longer. Unfortunately, I can't teach you how to be that. I wish I could. You can usually expect 30 cents per active lead per month on average. This is very just an average. There are people that are really good. These are professionals. They can get like $250 over the course of 2 months per lead out of people. That's sending like 5 emails a day. So that's someone's full-time job. That's all they do, and they're really good at it. A novice can usually get like at least 30 cents out per active lead. That's what I would tell you to shoot for. So I'm going in here now to like how much money are we talking about on these email lists. So hopefully this will make you like sit up and take attention. Why am I even talking about this? In April 2019, I took over a list. This list had just been sitting, never been utilized. In the first year that I had it, it made $708,000. So that's how much money we're talking about that these lists can generate.
And I know it's true. Like it's, you know, that's insane. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's nuts. So this is almost $1 million in this dude's pocket. I was just chilling. Whoops, I just went past. All right. This is me versus somebody who's in marketing. So this might be similar to like you as an affiliate. Why would you hire someone like me versus you do it? So the girl who was in marketing was making about $32,000 a month on this list. I came in and we made $98,000 the next month. So this is the art part, like why someone like me has a business like this, because usually I can pay myself and still make you even more money. So yeah. This is me versus someone trying their best. So this is again, like this is an affiliate maybe, or you have your brother run your list because you don't have time. So they were making $18,000 a year, and then the next year I took over, we made $718,000. This one has a little bit of a caveat. This particular list's offer hit number 1 on ClickBank in this time, so they also really grew their subscriber base.
But still,
yeah, but still, like it went. This right here is a comparison here. They made $15,000 and I made $5,000 the very next week. So there's apples to apples comparison. This is another one. So this is an offer owner that was managing their list. They were making $12,000 per month, and the very first week I had the list, I made almost $5,000. And then by the end of the month, I made $135,000 on the exact same list. So there is definitely an art here. I'll keep this the last one. So this was a different list manager. They made $10,000 per month. The first month I made $170,000 on the same list. This is actually how I became a list manager professionally. The guy that was running the list quit, and I just helped out, and it turned out I was good at it. So these 4 case studies here that I just am showing you are not to be like, yes, I'm so great, but it is to point out that there is a lot of money to be made in email lists. And if you have one, you need to utilize it. And if you don't have one, anybody could start an email list, even if you run a blog, even if you're just doing lead gen as an affiliate, or if you have an offer. Like, there's a lot of money. So hopefully I have given you the excitement to do something with your email list or to create one. I want to share just a couple of pitfalls that I see when I am inheriting lists. So these are issues. The biggest one, which just seems like a no-brainer, is they don't get all their customers or leads into their ESP. So there are background connections that should happen that dump the opt-ins or the customers into your email service provider. And for whatever reason, these get broken or are not set up right. So make sure that they are going in there. Another one is cart abandonments. You should collect those and try to resell them. Technically, you might even could do opt-in abandonments if they're double opted in, like they didn't push send, but they put it. Yeah. So you could still be like, do you want to hear from us, and get them to double opt in. Another one is not mailing enough or at all. Again, like even 1,000 customers matter. We're talking 30 cents a month here. That's going to cover your costs. And I bet it'll cover some serious ad spend. And then your list is used to whatever you do regularly. So if you haven't been mailing it and you decide to, because I've got you excited, don't email them today, tonight, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow night. You have to like start slowly. So a good idea is to maybe do a content, and then in 2 days from now send the first pitch if it's just been hanging out. But get on a schedule and stick to it, or find someone, your mother's brother, whatever, that will stick to the schedule. The last one here is not keeping separate stats outside your SP. We talked about this earlier, like how did your autoresponders do in moving them? You have to know how they're doing it to be able to move them. So I keep a spreadsheet for every list I manage. You need to at least weekly update all your stats. That goes for broadcasts and autoresponders, because you're kidding yourself if you think you're going to keep up with it in your mind. You ain't. Poor offer and copy selection. This is a little bit back to the art of it. If you have your own offer and you're not mailing your own stuff to your list, that's a big mistake. Like, you're making every dollar of that comes in. It's zero cost to you. So prioritize your own stuff, especially if say you only have one offer, that flat belly tea offer. It runs out. So keep pitching it like it should be scheduled monthly. You also need to mail content. Like, you don't want your subscribers to feel like all you do is sell, sell, sell. A good rule of thumb there is I like one content for every 6 pitches. Nice. And then not mailing affiliate offers. I see all the time people will be like, I just read this book and it's so great and you should get it. You can get an Amazon affiliate link to that. At least make some money if you're going to tell someone how great whatever is. Yeah, there's an affiliate link for that, I promise you. The next one is not tracking by TID or sub ID. This one, even MaxWeb has sub ID areas. You should use it. You need to know whether it came from an autoresponder or whether it came from a broadcast. Usually I use dates or like AR1 or whatever, so that I know exactly where did this come from. And then the other reason for that is some offers have rebill revenue. And especially if I'm sending the same offer every month, you'll see it like that rebill starts to really stack up. So it's worth the TIDs or the sub IDs. The next one here is poor list hygiene. Like I said, the subscriber's only good for 30 to 60 days in general. You can't keep mailing them forever. So just realize, I would say the lower minimum limit here is a 10% average. Once it hits that, you need to tighten up your segmentation and get rid of people that have never opened, never clicked. But honestly, the next thing can be even worse money-wise is too tight of segmentation or over segmentation, overthinking it. I get this a lot, like, these people only came in on this tea offer, so I'm only going to send them tea. I'm like, whoa. They're good with workout program. They're good with weight loss offers. Don't just send them this one thing. So don't hyper segment and think they only want to hear about this one thing. They're interested in that whole niche. So I think I covered everything, I hope. So I'm going to let Anna talk about what questions.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so good, Liz. So much great information. I am so grateful that you took the time to do this, because I mean, honestly, I know so many people that would pay a lot of money to sit down with you in a mastermind to hear this. So I am so grateful. And
maybe we're going to have a mastermind.
I know. I talked to Liz also, to Emily, and it's on our to-do of Powerhouse.
Sounds good. I'm going to stop sharing so that we can see our faces.
Yeah, your beautiful face. I love it. So one of the questions that came in as you were talking about the art of how you do things, John is asking, can you share a bit more about the art? Is it related to the type of offers you choose?
Yeah, so this is one of those things, like, people are good at or they're not. So the art really does come down to what offers you choose, because you got to remember, like, I have email lists that one slot is worth $10,000. So there's a lot of money on the line to test an offer. So you have to be really careful about, do you think that this offer is going to be a fit or not? You've got to get inside the audience's head. But then secondarily, like, if some offer is trending and you're Ferran, tell me, like, this is doing really good, you should try it. I'm more inclined to try that than if I just saw it, in the marketplace.
Definitely. And that is such a beautiful point. And everyone, you guys listening to this, I know historically, I've seen people do a lot of decision on what they email, purely based on maybe knowing the product owner and whatnot. But Liz was always very good about actually emailing what is doing well. Right? Mm-hmm. And because we have that good relationship, obviously we would never tell you mail something that is not doing good on email. But I think that's such a good point, to actually give a chance to offers that do well, even if maybe you don't know the product owner, right? So maybe not always it's about replicating and, emailing to someone Sometimes maybe it's a new product owner, but he happens to have a really good offer. So pragmatically, it's smart to think in terms of revenue and not just friendships.
Right, for sure. And the other thing that's cool, and this is good when you're starting, there is an option to split test in a lot of ESPs. So you can take down the risk on testing. So maybe you split test with an offer is already doing well with something that's new. I have the luxury of, I have a lot of lists. So when you say go test this, I start small. I start on lists that are small, and I have the room to test. But if you don't have the room to test, start by split testing.
That's a really good advice. Another really good question from George here. He's saying, you mentioned ESPs earlier, and that some of them are not friendly towards affiliate marketing. If I'm trying to figure out if an ESP is or not, what's the best way to go about it? I guess email them.
Yeah, you can do a lot of research on Google. Like, if I have a list owner that comes to me and they're like, I'm on Klaviyo, is this affiliate friendly? A lot of times I'll Google like Klaviyo third-party marketing or whatever, and it'll pop up in their terms. It'll say we do or we don't allow. If I can't find it on there, then I'll bug their, yeah.
Really good point. I honestly, I had no idea. I mean, to me, every time I think, because to me, performance marketing is everything. I generally recognize my ignorance that I had no idea that some of them are not friendly towards affiliate marketing. I see the perspective of affiliate marketing that brings a lot of money to people. But as you were saying it, I was thinking, maybe not all businesses see it like that. So that's actually a really good point for people that are.
Yeah, and some of them that don't allow it, they don't play. Like literally your first email, that's an affiliate email, they'll shut you down.
Wow.
It's like, bam.
Wow. Yeah, that's such a good point, and I'm so glad that you shared that. Also, you had the example of the classic opt-ins, which I love. One question here is, what should I use for the actual opt-ins? I think Monster is one of them. Do you use like a specific tool for the opt-in?
Oh, yeah. So like some ESPs have opt-in builders. So be sure you look in your ESP to see if they offer that. If not, Monster does. I've had some opt-ins custom coded by my dev team. So if you have any knowledge of building like HTML pages, then you could do your own too.
That's a really good point. I mean, that's what we do because we have I love our tech team, but that's really cool to check with the ESP first and see if maybe they offer something for your opt-in.
Yeah. I know, like, I feel like Entreport does for sure. I know Aweber does, even though that's one of those gray ones. There's a couple more, but yeah. So some of those ESPs definitely offer, like, they're even called, I think, opt-in templates is what it is in the ESP.
Another really good question here. Amanda is asking, you mentioned 4 different ESPs. If you have to choose one for an affiliate or, for a product owner that's just getting started, which one would you go with?
Right now, my opinion on that is SendLane. SendLane, I personally am in contact with their CEO on Skype every day. Their customer service is bar none. Like, they will even import your subscribers for you and help get them warmed up. Like, they have great customer service, and also their price point to start is very competitive. I feel like it's what MaroPost used to be back in the day. So it is a great place, and you can grow there. iContact's pretty good too. I feel like Entreport and MaroPost are going to be more for your established lists that are pretty big, like over 50,000 is kind of where I would recommend those two.
That's awesome. Sorry, a couple more. We have so many because everyone loves listening to you here. You mentioned about data and keeping track of data, which I think it's important. How do you do it? Because obviously you can't remember everything and the performance for all the offers.
Yeah, I should have put an example in my slideshow, but I keep a Google spreadsheet for every single list I manage. It has a tab per list. So some like lists, when I say lists, they have sub lists in there, and every single list is kept separate. So it has like the date, what the offer was, what the subject line was. I keep the opens and the clicks and the percentages in there, and then how much revenue did it generate. And then some other metrics that I like to look at is the performance per 1,000 and the earnings per click. Those two things are pretty misunderstood in my opinion. Those are only good to look at by list to list. Like in general, people throw around EPC as like a stat that is like just this number that everybody agrees upon. A leads list and a customers list, EPCs are completely different because it takes more clicks of leads than customers to actually buy something. So just keep that in mind, like those two things aren't created equal. And then it's got the link and what time it went out, so that when I'm looking historically, I can sort and filter. Like if I want to see every single time that I sent Flat Belly Fix, I can sort that. I can see what subject, so I can see like what creatives did or didn't work or times or whatever I want to see.
That's fantastic. And what I'm hearing from this is like, no matter how successful you are, you actually have to put in the time and the hustle to work and organize things, because it's the only way to, grow to the next level.
Yeah. And a lot of like, I noticed with myself, I have that faulty memory. Like sometimes things that I didn't think went so well, when I look back on the actual stats, they went just fine, or they did better than I think, or the opposite. Like,
Awesome.
because someone's my friend, I might have thought their thing did better than it actually did. So you need to like go have numbers that are tangible that you can manipulate and look back on.
That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Thank you. This is like amazing information. And one more question. This one is personally from me. If you want our viewers to take away one thing from the presentation and from our conversation today, what would that thing be?
That you could save so much time and like have longevity if you went after leads that you followed up through email than if you were just doing straight buys on media. So start today. You can still run the media buying like you always did, where you're looking at it per purchase, but try to do some CPL campaigns and see. It'll give you a lot of long-term stability. And that's something I didn't mention is when you're running these leads campaigns, you can start to like not have these crazy up and down. Like we all know when your business manager gets shut down, it's like, yeah. That's not going to happen if you're running email. So you have this list, this base, and it really helps your business to kind of stabilize.
That's fantastic. Liz, thank you so much. We could be doing this all day. So mastermind check. That's
yeah.
soon, but thank you.
Mostly because we're fun and we like to hang out, right?
Yeah, I mean, no secret to the viewers here. We love to hang out.
Yes.
I appreciate you so much, and this was amazing. And everyone, I mean, all the viewers really just want to be your best friend now. So.
Well, if they have questions or concerns, they can find me on Skype or Facebook. Literally, I don't mind chatting with you to help. Let me know. I'm happy to help however I can.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Liz. You